2015, obviously, I know you're somebody that plans ahead. What do you want to see happen for Angel in 2015?
Angel needs to blow the roof off the UK, man. Like, that's what I need to do. That's what my aim is. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I want to do if they let me. That's why the whole possession with intent.
If they let me is a concept that I thought the door could be open if it needed to be open.
I feel like it could. I feel like everyone could just open this door and say, go in and represent for us, and I promise you I will represent for us. But yeah, the end of the year and the new year is crazy. Like, there's so much things and surprises that's going to be like. And once again, I want to send a massive shout out to Parallel, because as I said, you see, like, it's been 4 brothers like me, Cass, Sam, Ish, that's just really doing this all by ourselves. You know, really, we're literally doing this by ourselves. It's Parallel. That's why I'm more engaged with it. And when I wake up in the morning, God's will, and see daylight, I'm even more, and I'm ringing everyone. I'm like, yo, this is what we have to do. This is what we have to do. And there's the boss right there. And yeah, like, obviously, shout out to Darkers as well, because even in like times where it felt like, I don't know, it felt, there's times in this game where, and even the greatest, you'll see, like, there's times in the game that it's just a bit quiet, and it just feels like, what happened to Angel, or what's happening, or it's not the same vibe. But like, he's been one of the people that's always given me a chance and always said, you know what, you just crack on, I'm going to support you, and that's what I'm doing, and I've cracked on. And so for the end of this year now, what I'm doing, PWI is out, I'm working on the new album.
This is what I'm looking forward to.
I've got crazy stuff. Obviously, we just done a rich tune for Fuse, Tina. Then I've got a next tune coming out called Layla. Layla. Yeah. And then, my brother.
That's for the EP.
Thank you, my brother.
Alright.
I appreciate it. Yeah, so that's what Darkest just gave me for the EP. That's that vintage Blackwell stuff. I'm going to frame it. I'm going to put it in my collection. But, yeah, so I've done that with Fuse featuring. That's done really well. And
but this, not to cut in. You were really prominent in that song, the Tina. Like, you conceptually, you brought it to Fuse.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So because I want it to be clear.
Yeah, let me tell you about this. This was actually crazy how this happened. It was like, I was actually on tour at the time, on the tour bus, and I'm a guy that I like to be able to get creative wherever I am in the world. So I roll with my stuff on me, like my studio gear. So I was on the tour bus. It was a long drive up to Scotland, I think it was.
A drive to Scotland?
Yeah.
Bro,
yeah, I don't. Fortunately, I don't drive up there anymore, ever. But this was a time on the grind where, yeah, so on there, and I just came up with this vibe. And usually I have a picture in my head before I lay anything down, something. And then I just started singing that melody. Yeah, I hear that one. And I just thought of something to put it in vowels that might be close to, Afrobeat vibe. When I say close to, like, the vowels they would use in Afrobeat songs, that kind of vowel. And I'm really truly, I just done it for myself at first. I thought, this is a good vibe. At the time, I was building, working on an EP with Yaya from over in Nigeria, and I just was on that vibe for 2 seconds. And I sparked it up. It took about a couple hours, and then that was that. Get ready, just put it in the library, and then I was in LA a couple months later, and I listened to it again, and I said, you know what? This sounds like a kind of Fuse joint. You get what I'm saying? This sounds like a Fuse joint.
At that point, was that just the melodies, or was that also...
Just the whole vibe, because the whole beat and everything sounded just...
So there was a structure in place with the beat wise and the melody.
Yeah, and soon, eventually, I'm gonna make you hear the original version.
Right.
Yeah, you can hear it soon, but I just want like this one to live right now, But yeah, and then I hit up Fuse and was like, yo, I've got this track, I think it'd be perfect on it. Not even knowing at that time that his project was called Tina. So there's such a coincidence how that happened. I didn't have any idea at that time that his project was called Tina. And I just, I followed Fuse for time and just seen all the beats and stuff and heard all what was going on, but I didn't know that. And then I hit him up and I said, hey, I got this tune called Tina, I think it'll be good. And he said, Tina? He was like, I've wrapped up my album, but Tina. I was like, yeah, Tina. So he took Tina and he said, this is crazy. Then I got back from LA a couple of weeks later, went down to the studio with the parts and whatever. Doused it up. When I say doused it up, we touched it up, because I didn't re-vocal anything from the original. I just left all my vocals on there. he put his verses down. He sent it to Kill Beats over in Africa over there, and switched up a couple of the percussions and stuff, and just made it what it needed to be, up to his preference, and the rest was just history. And that's how me and Fuse came up. But I'd say, like, up to today, you know, whenever they ask me who do I get a real vibe working with, I always say Wretch, and our next one to add to the list is Fuse, because when we hook up, it's never like, you know, just because, you know, we had this top 10 or this seems like a potential hit record or something, you know, let's just kind of, you know, enjoy this minute. Like, we really have fun together. It's not even about the music sometimes, it's just about two people, two brothers, just trying to make history in whatever we do, just having fun, not it being like orchestrated and rocket science and stuff. Like, we have fun. And you know, like a lot of people ask, like, how does it feel to cross over onto the Afro beats? Like, once again, I'm gonna say, I'm from Grenada. Like, I wasn't born in Grenada, but my family's Grenadian, Caribbean. So when you talk about Afro beats and something, it's just fortunate that, you know, people like your Wiz Kids, Yaya, P Square, and these guys have been able to label that syncopation as Afro beats. But I would call it soca in Grenada. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Calypso,
Yeah.
it's the same syncopation, and all my music heads will know what I'm saying. It's that same groove. It's just taken off on a scale that, you know, that's what they want to call it, and that's fine, and it's doing really well. But I am. That's in my blood.
Yeah.
I haven't crossed over nowhere. I haven't jumped onto anything. I'm comfortable as hell on it, and this is what I love. It's just music.